Hello lovelies! In this video, I'm showing you how I color this tiny butterfly from the Butterfly Tiny set. I'm starting by adding a light base layer of yellow, and then using the same color with a slightly harder pressure, I start to define the darker areas and the little creases that are on the wings of the butterfly. I'm using a reference photo from Pinterest. I saved the photo to my Pinterest board, so you can also use it for color inspiration. I'm not copying the photo exactly. I mostly use it as a reference to understand the way the shadows and highlights are placed on the wings of the butterfly, and also to get an idea about how the texture should look like and what colors to use. I'm trying to create a more expressive look, so I am making the darker areas even darker and the highlights lighter than on the reference photo. To color, I'm using Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. You can find the exact color names and numbers in the description of the video. I add multiple light layers on top of each other to build up my colors. Adding lots of light layers will result in a smooth blending, but this doesn't mean that I keep a consistent light pressure all the way I color. In areas where I need more intensity, I press harder, but as I go, I gradually release the pressure. This way, I create a fade-out effect. Adding another color with the same technique will help the colors to nicely blend together, thus creating a flawless gradient and a natural look. I continue defining the little creases. Meanwhile, I keep an eye on the reference photo. To draw this butterfly, I have used the same photo as inspiration, and although I made some changes, the photo can still be used as a reference to recreate the details. On my Pinterest, you can find some other butterflies that I used as inspiration to draw this tiny set. You can use those too as a color guide. But once you learn how to recreate the texture, it will be a lot easier to color your butterflies in any desired color or color combination. When I'm happy with my first layers, I bring in a darker color and I keep defining the details. Once someone asked me which method is correct, to start with a lighter color and continue with a darker, or the other way. But I think there is no rule for it. I use both methods depending on the situation, on what I'm coloring, how much space I have available, and the colors I use. But actually, that would be an interesting topic to study and experiment with. Let me know which method you use when you're coloring and if you have a particular reason to do it that way. However, sometimes I just go back and forth with the colors as I do here coloring this butterfly. I started with a light color, I added some darker ones, and then I went back to the lighter yellow to add more vibrancy. Usually, I'm not following some precise steps. I mostly adjust things as I go, and I adapt my techniques and colors according to the results I want to achieve. Here I'm using a light yellow ochre to blend out the dark brown and create a smooth transition between the dark and light areas. I'm only coloring one side of the butterfly here, but if you want to color the whole butterfly, I recommend you to work on both sides simultaneously. That way you make sure your butterfly will be symmetrical and you don't have to wonder what steps and colors you used on the other side. Even though this is a yellow butterfly, I added in some orange to make it more interesting. Using an extra color will bring to life your object. But for that purpose, make sure you are using a color that is close to your main color on the color wheel. If you use contrasting colors on top of each other, they will look muddy. However, if you want to create shadows, you can use contrasting colors on top of each other. Let's say, in this case, I could have used purple to create the shadows. Using contrasting colors for shading can result in a more delicate and natural look, compared to simply using black. To color the black spots and the dark areas on the butterfly, I have chosen to add first a dark brown layer so that I can create a smooth transition between the yellow and the black. Normally, the black is just black. It took me about 40 minutes to color this butterfly. I tried to keep the essential things in this video and cut out all the rest so it will not be too long. But I hope you will still find it helpful. Let me know in the comments. In creating this video, I feel that the hardest part for me was to record the voiceover, but I hope to get better at it in time. I kept some funny voiceover moments so you can also have some fun. Just listen. So, I'm trying to create a more expressive look. So what? Okay. It took me about 40 minutes to color this half battle. So I hope you had some extra fun besides coloring. And now you understand what I mean about having a hard time recording the voiceover. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like it and find it useful, don't forget to press that like button and subscribe for more. Until next time, happy coloring!